Okay, I think I'm live here. Hi everyone, it's been a while. So great to be back and to see everyone here. I kind of am been in my new apartment for about a month and maybe 2 weeks, according to like my big move calendar that I had before I left Chicago, Illinois. I had this little calendar, but it's now counting up. So now it's been 52 days, 18 hours, and 4 minutes since I moved out of Chicago, Illinois to Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm in my new apartment. As you all know, I've been on a pretty good hiatus because there was a lot. I mean, there still is a lot happening right now, which is why this is sort of not necessarily your typical HIV news report. This is more so a information video for you on things that are going to be coming up, and they're going to be quite a bit of changes, a lot of changes actually, regarding to content that's going to be going out, and I'll dive into that I'll go into that, but I want to just cut to the fact that I've been on hiatus and just really had to take a break to get my move in order, to get myself in order. And the transition has been challenging in a lot of areas, and in some areas it has been really, really successful and fun. I learned a lot about myself and about the city that I live in now. But this particular episode, I just want to go ahead and share with you all that HIV News Report will no longer be strictly on news and events, current events. I'm going to be shifting to HIV news, but I'm going to be rebranding what that means. And what I mean by that is speaking to cultural and historical events that are significant in the history of HIV, and then also its intersections with the Black queer community. So I just wanted to also, with that information, I want to share with everyone that there will also be other content that I'm looking to produce here, such as some other bringing on different other people. Right now, revamping my website. So if you go to hopefulandvictory.biz, it is completely down. I did that intentionally about a month ago because I knew I wanted to be here work-wise and project-wise. And slowly but surely, the pieces are coming together. They are slow, but I'll be having a new revamped website where you can access all of the content and ongoing stuff that's going to be coming out. Some of the different shows that I want to debut too. So just want to let you know that I have not gone into hiding, just hiatus, rebranding, reprogramming, reorganizing to really feel more authentic and more aligned with exactly how I want to share content and the type of content that I would like to share. And so while I've been, planning and doing all that stuff, now it's sort of the execution phase, right? So I know the past 2 weeks I have been talking about doing HIV news reports. And this upcoming one, this past one, which would have been today, Happy Juneteenth. Oh my gosh. Start this over. Happy Juneteenth. First off, I hope you've been enjoying your Juneteenth. I definitely have been enjoying mine. I've been resting and just relaxing and overindulging in things that I think are guilty pleasures, but they aren't. They're just resting things that I do in my free time. So with that being said, happy Juneteenth. And I also want to share with you that I'm hoping that this project that I've been writing, probably going on 2 years now, that is a project that I want to release as sort of a mini series on HIV news report. And this, like I said, this new particular project is going to take HIV news report into the direction that I would like it to go in. I love current events and things like that, but those are stories that are in battles that are fought at a different place. I don't mind supporting those stories, but I really want to bring in the historical pieces to why all that stuff is still happening, right? Really trying to just bring some historical context into everything that's happening around us. There's so much that's going back, and the best way to prevent history from preventing history from repeating itself is to try to learn from the past. And so I want to use a little bit of that analogy, that metaphor, into HIV news. This particular project, I know I mentioned his name before, Robert Rayford. I've been working on a script about this particular young man's life, and honestly, there's so much that is not recorded about this young man, but he is the first known person to have been diagnosed with AIDS, which they believe was zero Kaposi syndrome, and it wasn't after they had tested his DNA. But the project will do more of that. But there are also some other projects. I'm working on a project with another individual, and her project is very meaningful to her. It's her story. It's sharing her experiences and bringing some cultural relevance to conversations that I feel necessarily I didn't have in my family, and I didn't know it about because, hey, I'm not a woman. She's a woman, and she has a powerful perspective that I'm really excited for her to bring here. There's some other projects that I have my hand in as well that are in the development. I won't speak to those because there are no promises. I just really hope that we are aligned and that I'm able to really share this sort of knowledge that I can create with this and do that for others, but under one umbrella, which is talking about stories that are often stigmatized. So I just want to get on here and just share with you that I will be continuing with live streams. I just will be doing it differently. So this past Monday, today, live stream did not go live, even though last Thursday I have posts that are scheduled in there. I've been trying to fix that, but I have not been successful. I mean, I know how to do it. I just like to keep them there so that when the time comes, I can just, I can go live and do things. But I do keep my hands ready. I write my scripts for HIV news, even though the news is a little bit outdated, just to keep me in practice, right? And then second, this upcoming week, I really want to share this particular project, even though it's still being developed. Like I said, there's just a lot. I've been scavenging, scrumming, if you will, different platforms, different online communities, just to see what information out there. And there's so much out there, and it's hard to know what's real and what isn't, because nothing was really recorded, and the family is not necessarily here. Although there are relatives that are still alive, and I'm interested to maybe tackle that. But anywho, it'll be a series broken into small parts. It won't be this long video. I really want to give it in digestible time, 20 minutes tops, and allow it to sink in and kind of build that suspense as well. So with that being said, I'm hoping to premiere this project next week Monday, and if you don't get it next week Monday, just realize it is still being in the works. We'll be coming back in here, but the aim is to have the first installment shared next week Monday. It's going to be a live broadcast of it, just like this. I'm trying to move in this direction, try to have this a little bit more established, and then kind of build some programming around this, right? I already give it away too much. But thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great rest of your Juneteenth. And I will see you next week, Monday. I'll try and say 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Let's stick with that, because that's been working. I like the viewership that I get there and the consistency that I have around that, even though it's like the start of my day. It's a great way to get the day started. So with that being said, I'll see you next week, Monday. Have a great Juneteenth. I love you. Thank you so much. As always, stay hopeful in victory.